that is the worst acted movie I've ever seen. Sylvester Stallone. He's a Formula One driver.
Yep, Sharon Stone.
Yes,
right.
Oh, so bad.
It's garbage. He made a lot of them. Sylvester Stallone is a terrible actor. He's just bad, you know. And
he is.
No.
Do you like Rambo? I love Rambo. The last two Rambos were fucking great.
He has these shining moments where he has like Rocky 1 and Rocky 2, to some lesser extent, obviously. Good movies, great movies. Rocky 1 original screenplay Oscar or something like that. That he wrote the fucking thing. And then Rambo, I like Rambo. First Blood is great. I don't really like the next ones. They're just kind of schlock. They're machine gunning Vietnamese people. And I can get down with that. I made videos about that.
Isn't that what the whole first one is?
No, the first one, we've discussed this before, but only one person dies in the first one, and it's an accidental death. The first one is about a Vietnam vet being bullied by law enforcement and going into a PTSD episode and fleeing into the forest and being pursued by the sheriff's department, who's led by that overzealous sheriff, and the National Guard. The whole time, Rambo was begging to avoid confrontation, and they're chasing him constantly, dogging him through the forest, trying to force him to kill them, basically. And then he snaps at the end, and like in the book, he kills himself, you know. But we needed sequels, so in the book, in the movie, he cries, and his colonel hugs him, and he goes to prison. That's how Rambo First Blood is, and that's a good movie because that's a lot of good acting on Sly's shoulders. Yeah. But man, these days he makes junk. He just made Expendables 4. I think Ronda Rousey's in that shit or something. Like, come on, he's making bad movies.
I think Sylvester Stallone's in his mid-70s.
He's got a TV show right now where he's a retired gangster who just got out of prison, and he's like living in the modern world. And he's strong arms dispensary guy. He goes in, he's like, now you give me money. And I was like, it's all digital. Like, what are you talking about?
To Taylor's point, he's getting too old to be an actor. He should be president.
He looks big.
You should. Yeah. After you hit like 70, hang up your fucking acting chops, get into politics, see if you can run the world.
Won't be the first time.
Yeah. Worked with Reagan. He
moved from Home Alone to the White House.
That's true. Trump was... Well, I wouldn't give him too much credit for the success of Home Alone 2. Trapped in New York. What is it? Caught in New York?
Lost in New York.
It was a very close election. There's no telling. He probably wouldn't have won without his Home Alone 2 fame.
That's what got me in 2016. I'm like, the Home Alone guy. Like,
what if I need direction somewhere? We got to keep him in power.
Yeah. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone should probably... speaking of older actors, he's not even as old as Sylvester Stallone, but I saw it today. Pretty sad. So Bruce Willis is like non-verbal now.
Yeah,
like he can't verbal. Yeah, like he can't communicate verbally. He can't read.
Finally, the movie's end. Good.
Wait. Taylor, did you see him at his birthday party? Is that what you saw?
I saw an article today that was like his frontal dementia, whatever subtype of is that. Like aphasia is the first thing.
Diagnosis. Yeah.
And then like now he has like full blown dementia. Like he can't fully understand language. Like he can't read anymore. It's really sad.
Saw him at his birthday party. They brought the cake out, and he was so happy. He was really excited. I think it was from like this week. Like it's super current, and he was talking, and he was like excited, but it was almost like Down syndrome excited. Like. He doesn't seem like he's really happy. He's having a great time, but I'm not sure he fully understands who all these people are and what's happening. He just knows it's a good day.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you, you know, he kept making those movies, and it was upsetting. They call them geezer teasers, where they have like a $4 million budget, and he gets like 3.9 of it. And then they string together this bullshit fucking movie with him on the cover, and then he usually sits in a chair through most of it. Or get CGI'd into some space uniform or something.
It's a good thing he did all that.
He got a fucking earpiece in his ear like the whole time, just like talking because he can't memorize lines anymore.
Movie?
His best movie as far as performance or like my favorite movie? My favorite movie might be Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is Die Hard 3.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson and him pair up. So that's a good one. That's Die Hard 2 should just be removed because 1 and 3 are direct sequels. The brother of the villain from the first one has come back, and he's played by Jeremy Irons this time. And he makes McClane, bombs are in schools all over New York City, and he makes McClane go to Harlem or like the black part of New York, which, New York, and he's in his underwear with a sign that says "I hate ninjas," but it doesn't say ninjas, and it ain't censored. It's just a big sign that says "I hate the N-word," and he's standing there because that's what the man's making him do, or he's going to blow up a school. And Sam Jackson gets involved because he's like, it's like, call 911, tell him somebody's about to get murdered. And he's over there. He's like, do you see the homeboys over there? Because you got about 3 seconds before they notice you and murder you right here. And he's like, "There's nothing I can do about it, man." He's trying to play like he's crazy. "I am a child of the Lord Almighty. His light shines through me and onto you." And they've got switchblades in his face. That's my favorite.
He's like, "No, I hate the term.
Although
I hate the term." You won't ever catch me using this word.
Top Bruce Willis movie. Armageddon.
This good. Yeah. Wait, you don't like it? No, come on. So good.
Just doesn't appreciate culture.
Oh man.
I mean, look, if you're a kid, I'll tell you what, 12, 13-year-old boy movie, holy shit, Armageddon. You get that one scene where he's like feeling Liv Tyler up, like playing where there's slightly hairy belly button. Woody rewound that over and over on that hairy Liv Tyler belly button. Again. He's walking an animal cracker up her like midriff and making like jokes about and he's way too old for her, by the way. And he's like talking about like going down under with his animal cracker, and she's like, "To be continued, cocksucker." And the whole love story underneath it. Steve Buscemi like riding the nuclear weapon, them crash landing the space shuttle onto a big jagged asteroid and then blowing it up. It's all like Cartoon Network Saturday morning shit. I don't know. I don't. It's too silly. It's too silly.
I'm surprised like you're talking about Bruce Willis movies and you haven't talked about Pulp Fiction. That's probably the best one he's in, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Yes, such a great another Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, but you know, he's a part of an ensemble there. Like, you know, The Fifth Element is a good Bruce Willis movie. You know, him and Mila Jovovich are kind of doing that thing. Like that's
what is the movie. Fifth Element? Oh, I guess the better question, what are the other four?
Earth, Wind, Water, Fire.
Kyle oversold the belly hair on Liv Tyler.
The Fifth Element is Mila Jovovich's hot fucking ass wearing nothing but bandages and doing kung fu with like orangey hair. And she doesn't speak English, so she can't tell anybody what you do to her.
No one holds this title for very long, but she may have been like the most beautiful earthling on the planet when they made that. She is
earthling. Sound very natural. The most.
There's a scene.
Oh yeah, I'm quite the charmer.
Aren't you quite the specimen?
She changed her clothes and get naked, and the priest turned around because they avert their eyes, and the one's like, "They really make her," and the other guy's like, "Perfect, yes." Like everybody's melting down about how fucking hot she is.
She's super hot.
Yeah, and she's wearing bandages for most of the movie. That was her idea. The bandage costume. It's just wraps of
that inspired so many hotties Halloweens.
Oh hell yeah. That's good.
I don't remember that far back.
Mila Jovovich is hot. She's done Full Frontal before, and she's the chick from Resident Evil as well.
Oh yeah, really good. Chick. The first one was good.
Sure,
seen those.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just she made like 8 of them, and they're like,
No, I didn't.
They're all about the same level of shitty.
They're all terrible. Is that
the first one's fine? No, the first one's fine, and they all try to stay somewhat true to the story. But if you're like a real fan of the comics, or the games, not that I'm really am, but from what I hear, it's like, come on, that character doesn't do that, or like that's not what he's supposed to be. It's like frustrating, even when they try to be true to it. But I like action movie schlock. But if we're talking about real good movies, Fifth Element's fucking one of my favorites. Even with Chris Tucker's silly ass.
1997. I'm almost sure.
I don't think they make movies like they used to. I really don't. I think there's a big algorithm that has to say yes before the purse strings get untied for a movie that costs a certain amount of money. And it seems like there's not a lot of drive for those movies that are like $50 to $75 million. Those like small, like not some indie flick that's horseshit, but also not Avengers 87. You know, I've seen enough $1 billion movies. Yeah. I'd like to see some, I don't know, some detective, noir shit or something.
We don't have enough of that. Event Horizon was one of them. That was also a good sci-fi movie.
I talk about that all the time. I've forced them to watch that.
Wait, that's the one where Sam Neill is on the spaceship and everything starts getting. I don't want to give anything away because I actually know that one and I like it a lot. That was a good movie.
So Event Horizon. Then there is Donnie Brasco, The Game. What a movie! The Game. Great twist in the end. Highly recommended. Michael Douglas.
I haven't seen The Game.
I don't think I have.
I bet
either.
Kyle has. Really? You haven't seen it? I lean on you to have seen every movie, man.
No, I mean, there's big stuff. There's a lot of stuff I didn't watch or haven't watched.
Notable releases also. Gattaca.
Oh, that's so good.
Con Air. Devil's Advocate. Contact. The Postman Man. Good Will Hunting. U-Turn. Money Talks. I mean, I don't know about that shit.
All right, I've seen all those. So those are all pretty fucking good. I was talking about.
I'm not done. I'm not fucking done. It's so good. Face Off. Gang Related. Nothing to Lose. Dante's Peak. The Devil's Own. Double Team with fucking Dennis Rodman.
Did you say Volcano and Dante's Peak in the same year? Volcano, of course, being the Tommy Lee Jones Volcano movie where LA kind of melts down, and Dante's Peak being the one with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton.
Correct.
It's, up in like Oregon or something. There's a part in that where this lake becomes acidified by the eruption. And it's like now it's acid water, but we got to get across. And we're paddling, but the paddles are melting and the boat's smoking, and Granny gets out of waist deep acid.
Stop it.
And starts pushing the boat, and her whole lower body is just melting, and she's just like, ah! And she pushes them forward, and they don't show it, but like her pussy's just eating off and stuff, and she just lays there and dies. Yeah, it's awful. Like her whole lower body is just dissolved off.
That's Dante's. You know what, you know what they used to do back then is that they used to two different studios would drop the same concept in different one. Remember 3 days later, or the day after tomorrow, and they had other ones. But let me finish this fucking incredible year of 1997, that I should have graduated.
Graduated.
What happened?
High school. Yeah, I got held back because I didn't know how to swim. Volcano. All right, here we go. Murder at 1600. Do you remember that one with Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
Batman and Robin.
Is that I get that confused with Passenger 57, which I feel like is also like a Wesley Snipes airplane movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think we're almost done here, and I think I just need to bring Metro with Eddie. Really good.
Yeah, I've seen Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy was a huge fucking star back in the day. He had those Beverly Hills Cop movies.
Oh, dude. Selena, obviously not you guys aren't the demographic.
Isn't that where J-Lo plays that?
Yes. You are my fucking man, dude. You know as much about movies as I do. The Jackal, another.
So that's where Bruce Willis.
Bruce
it's
Willis,
a book.
right.
He's got this badass gun. I've used that gun system that he was fucking with. It's basically a remote control 50 cal sniper machine gun. Mm-hmm. And Jack Black is like his weapons dude, and he makes Jack Black hold this pack of Marlboro cigarettes up down the creek bed, and he like shoots it off. And I can't remember if he hits the pack of cigarettes first, but I think they're like, oh, good, it's set. And then he just blows Jack Black's arm off for the fuck of it. It's so hardcore.
Yeah.
Wait, Jack Black was in the 90s?
Yes.
He was.
Jack Black's been in stuff forever. Yeah.
Forever.
Since a kid. He used to do, he's in kids commercials, like for like GAC or something. I can't remember what. Like he's been doing stuff forever. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, why did he fucking shoot Jack Black's arm off?
Because he's the bad guy. He's the Jackal.
He's the Jackal. He was being funny. Okay. Yeah. I think we're almost done, but I cannot believe what I'm fucking seeing because I keep hitting the scroll button and new ones come out. Are you ready? The Pest with John Leguizamo. Did you ever watch that?
That's a shitty movie. I like John Leguizamo.
I think I saw that as a kid.
Yeah, shit movie about the what is it? The Most Dangerous Game. The Saint with Val Kilmer. Do you remember that one?
Seen that. I like that. It's got is that Elizabeth Shue in there with him?
I don't think so. I think it's the lady from Con Air, the same lady. Potts, I think.
That sexy blonde lady.
Oh no, that. You're right.
I remember him. Was it Elizabeth Shue?
I think so. Right here. I'm checking right now. Boom, boom, boom.
Because he's like Val Kilmer's putting on all these disguises, and he's like he's always really good looking most of the time though. Like he's super good looking, doing voices and stuff.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
Now.
Yeah, he's not doing so well these days. Did he die? Like he was in Maverick, but he was all
you man, wow, you are fucking on your shit. I am impressed. The Rainmaker with Matt Damon.
John Grisham's The Rainmaker.
Yes.
Now, is that directed by?
Dude, I am so fucking impressed, dude. I am so impressed.
He knows movies.
Just so you understand the gravity of 1997 in movies, right? Because also with that, I'm skipping like the ones that are like obscure, I think. But there is also The Rainmaker and Beverly Hills Ninja.
Chris Farley, that's a good one. Whoever the girl is in that is really hot. That's a I owned that on VHS, so I've seen that like over and over. I could quote that one.
Private Parts.
Of course, Howard Stern's movie.
Yep. And then Riot, Hoodlum, and Alien Resurrection. But one.
I saw Resurrection in theaters with my grandma.
Dude. And
that year.
To cherry on top to end it all, G.I. Jane.
Yeah. You've got those big fucking titties everywhere. First of all, you got who is it plays Aragorn?
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen being Lieutenant piece of shit. And and you've got Demi Moore with her big titties, can't even pull herself out of the water, going to be the first Navy SEAL. Yeah, it's a fun movie too.